They're the worst.
They're the worst.
Hello and welcome to episode 10 of Reboot or Deboot. As always, I'm Noah Davis.
I'm John Peanut.
And we're here to talk to you about the 1954 film Sabrina, written by Billy Wilder, Samuel Taylor, and Ernest Lehman, and directed by Billy Wilder. Big picture, go off.
Banger alert.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly,
big banger alert.
It's not even that there's going to be a ton of spoilers discussed, but just watch it. Like,
Yep.
Just stop listening and just
Pause.
watch it.
Yep. Watching this movie would be a better use of your time than us debating on if it's a good movie.
All right, or better than its remake.
Yeah, honestly, that's superfluous to me because, yeah, absolute banger. Almost no notes.
Yeah, I have very limited notes. Just a couple other things before we go into nitty gritty. I understand now why people like these actors because I've not seen, obviously, a ton of their work, but I've seen Humphrey Bogart at a bunch of things and thought, he's fine, I guess.
Right.
And I've seen Audrey Hepburn in a couple of things. I don't remember exactly what off the top of my head, but I've definitely seen some of these old movies, like maybe Roman Holiday. I think I've seen War and Peace.
I really like her in Wait Until Dark. She plays a blind one. It's really good.
Oh, Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, well, that one we're gonna mention Breakfast at Tiffany's just later.
Right. And then that William Holden dude, the brother. Not seen him in anything, but I did know at least of him tangentially.
Yeah, I think I've
50s actor.
I think I've seen him in random war movies over the years.
Stalag 17 is apparently a
no, maybe I've seen that poster or something.
Picture or best actor for it.
I don't know, but you know what? I might put that on my list just because.
Yeah, no, I put it on my list just because exactly. I was like, well, you know what? It's the same director. It's got this guy. What can go wrong?
Also, let's get this out of the way. I don't think it's positive or a negative, really. I mean, it's sort of a negative. I'm just going to get it out of the way. Audrey Hepburn was fucking hot as shit from the get-go. You didn't have to woman her up. I'm just going to get that out of the way.
It was honestly weird that they did that. And then you'd start to do the math, and you're like, okay, I guess I get why they had to do that. But
yeah, but she was looking good just from day one or whatever.
Yeah, like, it is not wrong to say 20-year-olds are hot. I'll stand by that.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Oh no, the makeup 20-year-old is whatever chauffeur's daughter. Oh no, she's not hot. Oh wait a minute.
Yeah, she was hot the entire time, as it turns out.
Yeah, just like what was it? Lucky, that one guy, the K-pop star. It's kind of distracting at times.
It's distracting as fuck.
Okay, so nitty gritty positives. You want to start? Me start? Who start?
You can start.
Okay, I'll say I really enjoyed the beginning exposition. Just right off the bat, it wasn't just a boring text intro, and it was relevant and it was smartly written. You know how I was talking about how this family was so rich they wouldn't even allow rain. I think that was just off the bat. You understand exactly what you're getting, even if it was kind of on the nose, but not in a bad way.
If I was better researched, I would have pulled up whichever episode we talked about it and went on our long sort of melodramatic rambling and soapbox about in-universe voiceovers versus a text intro, and this did it perfectly. Like, this is the framework. They've been doing it since the 50s, you fucks.
Jackal.
Start doing it, keep doing it.
Day of the Jackal.
Jackal. Yep,
because it had the radio intro, which worked incredibly well. Yep. Whereas this was this felt like she was writing to herself in a way, or, understanding just the world we're in and the plot we're jumping into. And to bounce off that and how the beginning exposition was written well, this script was so sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very sharp. Like, perfect. Like, not a word out of place.
No.
Tons of drawbacks and threads.
Yeah. If a line wasn't furthering the plot or the characters, it was delivering a joke. There was no filler. no buffer, just story, all in the dialogue. And that's just, I mean, always a talent.
Right. And they had like the witty humor. They had some slapstick stuff,
Yep.
like with the sitting on the glass and then do it again.
Right.
Like
That
the
was good.
breaking the
Mhm.
olive out of the glass. Like a million little of these slapsticky things I don't particularly like physical comedy that I don't particularly like. But time and time again, it delivered an audible laugh from me, which again, most comedies don't do, let
Do
alone
not do that.
rom coms, let alone 50s rom coms.
Yeah, no. And well, I think what helps with the slapstick is that there's some absolutely, I don't even know the word, devilishly clever lines in this that are just a sophisticated joke.
Agree.
I think I wrote one of them down. It was later in the movie. Yeah, it was later in the movie when he was talking about the flowers and they're spelling something out. And then he said they're in the pool spelling disaster.
Right.
And I was just, my brain stopped for a second. How could you loop that around? That punchline. How does someone even think that cleverly? Yeah, just again, the script. It's funny. It's charming. There's no bullshit. It's super efficient. Just the script is top tier. If you want to know how to write a funny script, this is it. You don't need another teacher, I don't think. If you had just watched this movie, it should do it.
Fully agree.
Any other positives? I got a few more, but you know.
Yeah. One of my specific ones is like the general advancement of each character was so well done, right? So we talked about the sharpness of the writing, the wit,
Mhm.
like the progression of the plot, but literally all three of our main characters moved forward at a beautiful pace, you know?
Yeah.
Like you had your loser delinquent player boy, you had your, you know, sort of damsel in distress, pretty girl turned woman and independent person, and then you had your like, walled off gentleman who then gets broken into a romantic, and all three were awesome in their own deliveries and development. It was just so good, and I made it aside from the actual humor writing to say that the actual just script is fucking tight.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll continue on to say that I think it's exactly what you're saying. The characterization. Every single character said things and evolved in ways that fit their character completely. Even though, we just learned about these characters. It's not as though we had a 10-hour miniseries, but they were able to just deliver these very not out of character things. And so it just sucks you in the entire time. You're just wondering, okay, is the brother going to do this? Is that brother going to do that? Is Audrey Hepburn going to spurn them both? You're always not not in a thriller way, but you're always guessing what's coming up, and in a good kind of titillating way. Just okay, all right, I see where they're going. Oh wait, do I see where they're going? Okay, that's funny. Uh, like the gag with the champagne glass in the back pockets.
Hmm.
I had no idea where they were going with that. And then you see Humphrey Bogart kind of get him over and he says, sit down. And it's just, okay, this is going to be good. And there's just a ton of that. I mean, even her chauffeur father, he was kind of static development wise, but he always was there at the right places saying the right and sometimes hilarious things. When he was talking
Yeah.
about, when he was, when he was talking about her marrying the son, and he was just describing a wedding as if it was the worst thing in the world. That just I was dying there when
Yeah.
he said, next thing you know, I'll be walking her down the aisle, as if it's this
Right.
nightmarish
Yeah.
situation.
Exactly.
And there's so much going on, and even the direction to a point, whether it's the shots of the Larrabee building. You get that one plaque, then it kind of scoots over and you get two plaques. Okay, there's four plaques. Oh wait, the entire fucking building is Larrabee, and that just sets a detail for the character that you knew they're rich. But to
Right.
own a giant skyscraper in New York, were they in New York?
Yeah. Yeah, I think yes, New York.
Yeah, well, owning a skyscraper anywhere actually, it's gonna be a pretty
Actually, no,
big
for sure
deal.
New York. For sure New York. They lived in Long Island, and he would commute
Long
into the
Island,
city every day.
right?
Right.
That's it. You're right. But yeah, I mean, there's so much going on, and even the costuming was good. I kind of noticed it when is that near the very beginning when she's sitting in that kind of wicker chair, and her outfit has the inverse pattern on it, and I'm just thinking, there's no way that's a coincidence. You know, these people knew what they were doing. They were allowing kind of a I wouldn't say charming, but kind of a quirky set design or costuming that just instantly established the characters' almost feelings in a way.
Yeah, I mean, they won best costume design for this.
Good.
Yeah, it
Great
was not
action.
unnoticed.
Well, good. Then the Academy, they actually hit it with that. Um, again, sharp. Let's see what else I got.
I
I
was just saying, do you
got
have like specific things?
I have sort of specific things, but nothing crazy. I really enjoyed the gag. It's kind of just, oh, I like this gag, I like that gag. Uh, the gag where they're saying they look like the help or look like the butlers, and then the rich people wearing the same thing take the drinks as if they're the butlers. That was just great, awesome. Uh, the even the very beginning gag or not gag, but kind of sequence of him going to the tennis court and that being an innuendo for some sex, hilarious. When he said like I'll serve or oh, you can't go over the net, so he takes the net down.
Right.
There's a constant,
Yeah,
almost
being
jovial feel.
bombarded. Yeah,
Yeah.
bombarded with wit and like, yeah. I mean, I guess joviality is a decent word, but like, there's just air of sort of like warmth and lightheartedness. Like even if it's like serious stuff that's being insinuated,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like
Right.
obviously, marriage is a fairly positive thing, but in most of the context of the movie, it's actually fairly like dark and nefarious and like life shattering. And the whole thing is just very light and awesome.
Yeah, it makes you look past any of the actual drama that might have been there, such as Elizabeth being shafted, the wife
Yeah.
or the soon to be wife of the other brother. She's getting super fucked, but this movie allows you to kind of distract yourself from that and not really care about it because it handles everything else in such a positive way that okay, whatever, she gets screwed over and who cares, just
Well, and at least the way they portray her, it doesn't actually seem like she really gives a damn. She just is sort of taking it on the chin and like, okay, well, I guess this is what we'll do, and I guess I'll get married to this guy, and I can plan the wedding, and she sort of excites herself into the role. I don't think they were in love by any stretch of the
right. Well,
imagination.
yeah, right. Still
Like,
though, she got
right,
shafted.
true, true.
Also one of my positives, and this is where we're going to talk about Breakfast at Tiffany's. I'm glad there's no racism in this one. I there might have not been a very diverse cast, but hey, I'll take a 50s movie or a 50s comedy without racism any day of the week.
Same. Well, yeah, I was gonna say there was one, and it wasn't like horribly problematic or like super duper racist. It was just more classist with some racist undertones, but like the whole, oh, we can like what's wrong with putting millions of dollars into a third world country and giving people jobs and fixing their teeth and blah blah blah, but it wasn't inherently racist. But that
Yeah.
was the only slight one that I noticed the whole movie, which again, I'm in agreement with you, lockstep. That's great because this could have turned into the help is all black and there's lots of problematic words used
Yep.
and blah blah blah.
Yep. And speaking of the help, I actually really love those characters, as small as they were. The actual was he the butler who's the big brawny guy in the beginning, and then maybe
Yes.
halfway through he's excited and giddy, just talking
Yeah.
gossip. I just
Yeah. He's like, I've never seen anything more beautiful in my life.
yeah, when at first you think he's kind of this big, brawny, Hulk of a guy or tough or whatever. And then they're able to deliver gags on such small things and facets that it's just impressive. Again, this script and direct, just this movie, kind of crazy.
Very good. Out of 10.
Uh,
Very good.
I don't really have many more positives because I don't even know what else could be positive about any film, more than
Yeah, yeah,
this.
we'd have to just be going scene by scene, which I don't care to do. It's a very good movie. We've hit the highlights, I think.
I do have two slight negatives.
Go for them.
One, very of the time. I get it. There's not much they can do, to try and propel yourself out of a decade, is pretty much impossible. Uh, just some of the shots and some of the transitions, which really it's not
But see,
even
I
the
love that.
movie's fault.
No, but I kind of like that. It's of the time in a non-negative way. Like, let's take, for example, The Notebook, which is a rom-com of similar sort of lightheartedness despite the
I
very serious undertones.
I don't know about rom-com, but okay.
It is.
That's
That
more
is what it
rom.
is. There's dramatic elements, but not until you get the payoff that. Well, no spoilers for that. Whatever.
Yeah,
It doesn't
don't spoil the
matter.
Notebook. I mean, that's not the best movie in the world, but that's got a pretty good not
Yeah, it's very
twist.
good.
But
Anyway, point being that is also very much quote unquote of its time, but not from like a movie making perspective. Just like it is temporally in that era and you
true.
don't feel pulled out. So in this, they didn't have to do any movie making magic for me to believe that this had to be any other time than what it was. You know what I mean? There's no big crash sequence or big special effects montage. Sure, some of the driving is clearly like car in studio on track, but whatever,
Well, see, that
nothing that
wasn't even
distracted.
the parts I kind of was distracted, but I mean, again, it really wasn't that big. But the time parts that kind of distracted me were the punches and all that jazz.
Oh, there was one horrible punch in the office,
Hmm
the brother.
In
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
office.
yeah.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was
mean,
terrible.
again, that's not their fault. I'm sure that was the accepted standard. So it's not really an actual negative. It's just a very slight negative.
No, that was not my negative. That's fine to bring up.
Oh, the punch was?
Yeah, but that's
Oh,
I
well.
don't even I see because I can't in good faith say that's of the time as much as it is. I mean, it very well
Ah,
could have been. I just can't confirm that.
I
I will
think
say
I
it's bad
can.
acting.
Yeah, I think I can. Also, not really a negative. I guess it's more of a positive. I didn't write it down, but now that we're talking about it, the overacting totally worked for this movie.
Oh yeah.
Humphrey Bogart just being this almost insanely, unfathomably cold man at first, at least. Just it worked. It made him even more of not a villain, more of a foil to his brother, who's just this, happy-go-lucky, loving every day. You know what I mean? Uh,
Playboy piece of shit.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, but it's just their overacting gave kind of a polar opposite feel that I think if they hadn't overacted, maybe some elements would have been missing there. Maybe we wouldn't care as much if his cold shell melted. Maybe we wouldn't care as much if the Playboy kept doing Playboy things instead of helping his brother out. Kind of that stuff. Um, and then I actually only have one other negative.
All right, I'm gonna do mine because I only have one,
Hmm
and it's really nitpicky. It just was the only gag that didn't work for me. It felt a little draggy and a little boring. Was the whole Le Cordon Bleu like French cooking school bits?
Yes,
I
that
just
wasn't
didn't
in my
really
negatives.
laugh or smile. I was just like, this guy is clearly one, not French. Two
Hmm
is doing like an exaggerated French thing, which sure maybe like of the time, like French snobbery was such a thing too that you had to like poke fun at it. But if the whole plot device is that Paris is this romantic place to help her heal, we didn't really get that except for
No.
like the accordion thing in the apartment. So
Yep.
more of those types of scenes and less of the like playing cook and also sucking dick at it and never improving, but somehow getting the certificate at the end. Like the whole
Right.
thing just kind of confused me.
I'll say that I think theoretically that might only be a negative because the rest of the movie is so sharp.
Oh, right, right. It's a relative negative. It is not
Yes.
a dramatically takes away from the film at all.
Okay, then I totally agree. That is quote unquote a negative for sure, no doubt. I did kind of I didn't love how the makeover happened instantaneously. One, I didn't love the fact that it was a makeover. Whatever, who cares? But two, there's literally nothing setting that up other than Paris, home, boom, independent woman. And
Right.
I buy that. Sure, that happens. Okay, but show me. Don't just tell me it's a movie. Don't just tell me. But that oh wait, my other one negative. I felt like the ending could have been faster, if that makes sense. I don't.
Mm,
It felt a little.
like it dragged a bit.
I don't know. I just felt like it was a little wobbly. The whole they're waiting on the brother at the board meeting. Then the brother comes in. Then he's got to go to a tugboat. Then the tugboat goes to the boat. I think we could have done something there. What? I'm not sure. I'd have to be the screenwriter or the playwright. But I just think there was something
See,
missing there.
maybe that to me felt of the time because I'm sure audiences felt like, "Ooh, is he going to make it? Is he going to get there still?" But to us,
Right.
it wasn't so ham-fisted with big dramatic music and a long drawn out. You watch him catch the cab and then get the car and then get the boat and then get to the other boat. You just sort of watch like one of those things and then magically he's on the boat and impressing her with the hat and all that. So it feels a little, yeah, like stale. Like there were no stakes on potentially missing it, despite the fact that the boat had already taken off.
Right. Exactly. Maybe they could have done something. I don't know, maybe even leave the whole him catching a tugboat at all kind of thing. Maybe like can we catch her and then you skip to the just the boat scene and no in between whatsoever. I don't know. It just felt a little weird for such an almost perfect movie, quite literally. The ending felt just a little off, is all.
Yeah, a little stale.
Uh oh, yep.
I did have the other negative to talk about, which is the big negative, the
I
the
just put
elephant in
that.
the room. We will
Yeah,
have to talk about it. Um,
I know.
he's 55.
I know. Oh, but did you notice how? So I'm gonna pin this one on the Playboy brothers actually playing a younger version of himself.
Right.
Because the Playboy, I did the math. I didn't look the exact ages, but she says we were roller skating or ice skating, and you
Uh
kissed
huh.
me when I was
Yep.
9,
Yep. He was like
and that
20.
means the dude's 20 years old.
Yep. I did the math
And
too.
he's
Yep.
kissing a 9-year-old. I'm
Uh huh.
really just pretending that his character is actually 7 or 8 years younger than him. I'm hoping.
Yep.
I'm really
Yep.
praying, actually.
I mean, I'm gonna come out as controversial, but I still think even in the 50s, pedophilia at that extreme of an age gap is wrong.
Yeah, so I really hope his character is
If
younger
she's
than
16
him.
and he was 20, maybe in the 50s, that's fine.
Right,
But
yeah. Or, maybe he's a dumb young teen, like, not 20.
yeah, not an actual man.
Yeah, that's a little far, guys. I mean,
Yeah.
what?
She's like in
Drafting age
fucking
is
first grade or
18.
some shit, second grade. Like, no, dog.
Yeah, so I really hope and pray that he was just portraying a younger version of himself. Because we never explicitly got their age, and he did say when we were kids. So that it does help that, but
Right.
if you do the
But if you
actor
do his
age,
actual
yeah,
math, right.
it doesn't help anything. Uh,
Totally lockstep with you.
Yep. Okay. Good. Also, yeah, Humphrey Bogart, bro. He's way older than her.
Yeah, like old. And again, this
Mm-hmm.
is like
And they mention
50s
it.
old where everyone looks old as shit too. Like he probably looks in his 60s. He looks like a bad 55, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
And
they
she
mention like
clearly looks 20.
they even talk about it. They address it. So I'm thinking, wait, we're just doing this normally. We're just we're not even pretending that the older brother is younger. We're just saying, yeah, he's old as shit, dog. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't does the maybe the playwrights to blame, but do these people not know kind of the impressions that this can give? This-
Yeah.
This is not an ideal situation, just so we're clear to anybody and everybody. But I
But
couldn't
it does it
imagine.
it does it in one of the more tasteful ways though. It's not like he's been
True,
like lusting over some, pretty young
you're
thing.
totally right.
He was totally about just sending her off to fucking Europe doing his work, and then she sort of pulls the whatever the phrase is thing over his eyes, and it's
Wool.
like, hey, yeah, pulls the wool over his eyes, and like, yo, I'm that shit. You want this? And then
Yeah,
he's like,
but
well,
I'd
I
argue
guess.
maybe that's how it happens more often than not. uh,
Yeah, I mean, but there's also like again, generally speaking, like social implications, like people climbing the ladder, which they allude to and joke about, but
right.
at least is obvious in this film is not the case for either character's motivation.
Yeah, I'm just when I see a movie such as this or with an age difference such as that, I can only imagine being a younger, impressionable person and kind of taking this as not normal, but I don't know. It might affect something in there.
Sure,
I
your
just,
nephew's gonna watch this and be like, okay, when I'm rich and
yeah,
55.
yeah. Or a young girl will watch this and go, "Oh, I need to be 25. I need to look like a woman, quote unquote, whatever that meant." And I'm gonna
Right.
fall in love with
By the
this
rich old
60-year-old.
man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying
That's what people
it's
do.
yeah, I'm not saying it's these creators' fault, but I don't think they realize how much of impression that something like this could make. Uh,
Yeah.
but again, not really a negative, especially because it's in a very tasteful way.
Mhm.
It never felt actually gross. It was just they happened to have a huge age gap. Other than the 9-year-old skating thing that felt gross. Uh, I don't really have anything else.
Nope,
It was
that's all I got too.
it was cool seeing old actors just randomly. Like there was this one actress, Humphrey Bogart's assistant. She was in Andy Griffith for an episode. I just think it's really neat to see. I don't know, that acting hasn't changed really at all. Just, oh yeah, this character's in that. This person plays that character in that, and this and that. And it's just kind of cool to see in a generation that we weren't a part of at all. It's just kind of cool to see, actors be doing their thing. Been doing it for a while.
Been doing their thing.
But okay, what are your predictions for Sabrina 95
Um,
or
it's gonna
hopes?
be worse.
That's my
It's
prediction as
gonna be
well.
gonna be longer
Is it
runtime. Yeah,
mathematically longer?
mathematically 15 minutes extra.
Yikes. Yikes. That's not
And
good when the script is so sharp.
I think Harrison Ford is fine, and I might get canceled for that. But I don't think he's that great of an actor. Like nothing that
Nope.
even his classic roles, Indy and fucking Han, like they're big because the movies are classic, not because he's exceptional in them,
I just
despite the
watched.
cool factor.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I mean, I think you're totally right. I just watched 3 of the Jack Ryan movies that he played Jack Ryan, and in no shape or form did he come off as an analyst. Just in no universe did Harrison Ford ever portray a realistic analyst. He portrayed the hero and the protagonist, but he didn't, I don't know, do the job that he was supposed to do. It just seemed like name recognition and okay, he's big, money, boom bada bing,
Big
we're done.
money.
So I'm assuming, yeah, that's my prediction as well. I think the 95 one, it might even lose charm because it'll be
Oh,
of
I
the
think so.
90s,
Yeah.
which not as much charm in the 90s. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
Especially after watching other 90s movies such as The Jackal.
The
Uh,
Jackal.
I mean,
Now, I will say this one has a ton of uh again like high praise and Oscar
whoa, don't tell me
noms
that.
and stuff, but I can't tell you that it has high critical praise. What's
No, it
it
might
matter?
influence my view of the movie.
I don't think it does, and if it does,
Could.
that's on you.
What'd I say? Impressionable people. No,
By the
but
way,
yep.
it's gonna be worse. Let me hit you with some facts.
Oh, hold on. I was just gonna
Oh,
say my hopes. I hope, of course, the age gap is a little less, but
yeah, well, of course.
I kind of hope that Again, my slight problems with the ending. Hopefully they don't drag that on, but now that you told me the runtime's longer, something is telling me it'll be even longer of an ending, and I hope that's not the case.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or they play out Paris a little bit more. That would be the one way you
yes,
could probably improve by adding runtime,
make
because the
Paris
rest
more
of it is
realistic.
so tight and sharp that if they fuck up any of that, it's ruined.
Yeah, if they, I mean, literally, if they change a word, it's going to be theoretically worse. Now, could it be better? Sure. But if I'm just basing it off of such a fucking tight, literally near perfect screenplay, then it's looking grim. It's looking really grim. I'm also curious, don't tell me. I don't know, is Richard Gere gonna be the Playboy or is Harrison Ford gonna be the Playboy?
I have no idea.
Because they both feel as though they could play the same
They could be the
actor,
old
honestly.
guy.
Yeah.
They can just both be the old guy.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of hard to hope something when you know the original is so good. I hope it's an Ikaru living situation, but something tells me it won't be. And then,
Yeah, I
yep.
something tells me it won't be either.
But that's all I have for predictions and hopes.
Okay,
Hit me
here
with
we
the
go.
etc.
So we have a bunch of useless facts, but first up, budget 2 million in the
Wow,
50s, which again to me quite a big budget. It's like 24 mil
a
for a
lot of money.
rom-com today. That's
Hmm.
quite a big rom-com budget. And it made, and this is the weird thing, about 4 mil, so double, which is good. Again, like
That's
50 mil
terrible
today,
back then, though.
but terrible then. The weird thing is that the number Wiki quotes is US and Canadian box office rentals, but not like worldwide or like gross budget. Like this strikes me as a movie that gets reruns all the time. So I
Hmm.
don't know if that's an actual total or just like on release.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
it's from a
because
variety piece in 55.
right in the 50s we weren't getting as many movies, so movies would play for weeks and months at a time. So yeah, I mean maybe 4 million's good for the first month or so, but we like you said, do we have the numbers past that?
Not that I
Hmm.
could find on a quick search, but again,
I don't
it
know.
at least
Well,
made its money back.
yeah, but not as much as it should have. The audiences were
Correct.
stupid or something.
Yeah. Or again, maybe these types of movies were just being made all the time. So, oh, here's just
That's
another one
fair.
with big
Hmm.
famous actors.
Oh, another rom-com, great. Just one of those
Right. But
things.
this has got to be the go.
I
I can't
mean, no,
like
this
Casablanca is not even fucking remotely near this.
no,
No
this might be
offense.
the best rom-com of all time. I literally can't think of anyone better.
Yeah. All right. More facts. Here we go.
Hit me.
So Sabrina Fair, the play this is based on, the writer who was a part of this writing team and gets still partial credit, had a big falling out with the director about how many like extensive revisions of the original plot he did. So that's where they got
Ah.
Ernest Lehman in. Ernest Lehman just replaced the playwright whose work it is, but the movie carried on
Oh.
without him. So
Well,
I
now I'm
wonder, is the
curious
play
about.
actually worse or is the
Yeah.
play better? Because maybe I like the bits that he did and the ending was all Ernest Lehman fucking it up or something.
Huh. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes me wonder. Huh.
So we'll have to go find some theater troupe that's putting on this old play.
I mean, there's got to
um,
be something.
right, of course. So that was thing one. Thing two, we talked about just Humphrey Bogart in general, real quick. Born in 1899,
That's
which is just a
crazy.
crazy,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy.
like literally 100 years before us.
Had I mean, had all of the West even been settled by then? Like,
Exactly.
that's a long time ago.
And then he died 3 years after this movie. He died in his 50s,
Probably
which I
lung
did not.
cancer.
Yeah, who fucking knows?
I mean, it just seems as though they're just drinking and smoking all the time, and if you're an actor, it's even worse. So I just assume
Let's
it'd
see.
be
Oh,
the case.
oh, good guess. Esophageal from
Ah,
smoking and drinking.
so close. I mean, hey,
um,
seemed like an okay life.
yeah. And then I just didn't know anything about Audrey Hepburn. So
Other than
Turns
that,
out
she's
she
drop
would.
dead gorgeous.
Yeah, it turns out she's Belgian, but was raised like in Britain.
How'd she know to speak French? Was that just part of her British education?
Yeah, her Belgian family. Like she
Because,
was in an aristocratic family in Belgium.
oh,
Belgium.
aristocratic. That's all you had to
Mm-hmm.
say.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a Nepo baby.
Correct.
But I mean, I don't know, worth it kind of like.
Yeah, born to like Dutch nobility, and obviously in Belgium they speak a wide variety of languages, including Dutch and French and English. So
Yeah, because she sang in French at such an ease that there's no way you were just learning that for a part.
correct. Um, those were my facts. I think I had one
Letterboxed.
more, maybe. Oh no, one more. This is also one of the most like remade movies we've watched. The
Really?
issue is there's only the like one other English remake.
Oh, shit.
There's a Tamil version, which is a Indian language. There's a Hindi remake. There's a Telugu remake. There's a
Damn.
Turkish remake,
Damn.
and then the '95 Hollywood one that we obviously know.
Damn. I mean, that just
So
speaks volumes to the movie.
right, like clearly this is a well loved, well adored movie.
Yeah, and just considering the idea that not just one director from another country, but multiple producers and directors thought, okay, this is a banger. I need to make this here. I mean, that just, again, that's a testament to the movie's quality.
Totally agreed. All right, now to Letterboxd. First off, this has a 3.9 average, which feels
Wrong.
low. Yep.
4.9.
Yep. Exactly.
I
Feels
just,
low.
I couldn't imagine giving this less than an 8. You know, I hate numbers, but giving this less than an 8.
That's crazy, right? Now, I think you'll understand why when I read you the three most popular reviews here. Did Audrey Hepburn ever kiss anyone her own age?
Okay. They do it tastefully, though.
Right, but that's 5K likes.
Oh, well, true. And that is a trope. It's still a trope to this fucking day. So,
Yep.
yeah. All right.
This one that was 4 stars. This one's 4 stars. If Humphrey Bogart weren't so damn old, this could have been a perfect movie. Which, yep.
Yeah, but some of the lines were specifically for an old man, so I feel as
Right,
though,
right. Like it's like kind of in on the joke bits, but
yeah.
and then the only not related to the two problematic things we brought up. Quote, I don't want to go to Paris. I want to die. Quote.
I didn't even talk about that scene. I
Yeah,
thought
dude,
that
the
was
two different deaths.
hilarious.
Yeah, the two different fucking suicides and keeping it light. It's
Yeah,
like,
I don't know how you do that. And they did.
yeah. And I because clearly, one, you watch her turning on the cars and leaving the stuff down. Even if you think maybe she's actually in there to do something before you see her turn on 7 cars.
Right.
You're like, oh shit, like this is about to get dark. And they keep it light the entire time despite her almost killing herself.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it. They made a depressed and suicidal person just hilarious.
Yeah,
So
it was
good on
awesome.
them. Yep. Is that all?
That's all of them.
All right. Join us in a few seconds when we talk about the Sabrina 1995 retelling. And welcome back to part 2 of Reboot or Deboot. Today, well, I guess part 2, we're talking about the 1995 reboot of Sabrina. Big picture. Let's go.
In a word, worse.
Yep.
In many words, they do some things right, most of it wrong.
Yeah. Honestly, I think we've gotten big picture out of the way.
Yeah, let's hit it.
Yeah. Because I want to talk about just some specific things that they do right, I guess, in the positives. They fixed the France, I think.
Oh, totally. Thank God you started there. Yes. Way better France.
Yeah, way better France. They give her actual development. It's not just sloppy kind of slapstick humor that just does nothing other than okay, she can't cook, now she can cook for some reason. And that makes
Right.
her a
And
woman.
it isn't inherently misogynist, and it isn't inherently like she's still a lame duck. Like she is still a hot interesting person over there and is capable of finding interesting people.
Right.
And then it actually
Mhm.
develops her character because she's still interested in David,
Right.
you know?
And that's even after the hot French photographer even it's kind of funny because you'd expect, okay, she has sex and now she's a woman, or 80s, 90s, whatever. But they actually kind of swerve, and the French guy says, "Well, you can't find it in bed." And I'm thinking, "Huh. Good on you guys, you know?" Not just limiting, "Oh, you're a woman now that you've had sex with somebody," that's pretty woke if you ask me.
Pretty woke.
But yeah, they do some positive things. I also enjoy most of the modernization. They were able to keep that up to date, whether it be everyone on cell phones, or the whole plastic is actually a TV, or the in the car he's getting, what was it, like internet news and then a phone call. And so they're able to modernize a lot of things that, they're better for that, I think. Whether it's better than a full on remake, who knows, but they did it well. Uh, Also say it looks pretty good. It's a pretty good looking
Yep.
movie.
Yep. They make it very pretty. It's weird because there is definitely some negatives I want to talk about with the direction,
Oh, yeah.
but I think what really impressed me the most, well, let me take a step back. What
hmm
impressed you the most about this version?
Impressed me the most. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I mean,
Like,
I think the modernization, they did it in a way that I wasn't mad about. It didn't really take away from a lot of things. Honestly.
you're wrong.
Oh.
It's the music, dude. John Williams actually killed that shit.
That's true, and I also think he ruined, I think he ruined scores for chick flicks and rom coms forever. I don't know
Yeah.
if this was the first movie, but it sounded so of that genre.
Mm-hmm.
So he might be to blame. John Williams might be at fault here. So he did so well that actually ruined everything. It's like how Tolkien kind of ruined fantasy. He
Right.
did it
Right.
so well that everyone copies him. So I mean, yeah, the music was good. I didn't even put it in here. Nowhere.
Wow.
Yeah,
Rude.
that's my bad. Um, Also other positives. This is a positive and a negative. The mom character,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think I enjoyed fusing both the parents into one character. Okay, I like that. But at the same time, it wasn't as funny. She was still
No, I mean
funny.
you lost a lot of the humor because of the physical bits, like the martini olives and
Yeah.
the chick in the glass, and the completely distracted at all the meetings because he's so preoccupied by his drink making.
Yeah, whereas this mom or this dad character, however you want to phrase it, she's more in the business and in the know, and she knows emotions, and that does provide a better kind of backdrop so that it's not this heartless, bumbling fool. But at the same time, it's not as funny because it's not this heartless, bumbling fool. Uh, and I liked a lot of her bits. She was probably one of the funniest parts of the movie, honestly. Um, but yeah, I already said the France thing. I even enjoy that she really laid it on him with the smack after Harrison Ford kissed her in the what was it called? Not terrarium.
Solarium.
Solarium. Yeah. I enjoyed that because dog, that's sexual assault.
Yeah.
so,
You enjoy sexual assault on the record.
so yeah, I mean, there are good things about this movie, but the baseline was set so high that I don't, calling it a good movie, maybe, but compared to the original, not at all, honestly. Not at
Yeah.
all.
Well, and here's how I'd put this. This is a fine rom com. If
Yes.
we'd watched this one first, I would have kept the same notes. I would not have been blown away by this.
Nope.
So the fact that we watch it in this order just makes this one even worse.
Yeah, this is one of those times where I have no doubt in my mind we still would have liked the original had we watched this one first. Because, I mean, the original was just fucking top class, top tier. Whereas this, it's fine. It's fine. And I know for a fact, I have no doubt in my mind I would have felt any differently. When we were talking about the Invisible Guest and Confession, there was kind of some doubt. Okay, would I have liked this reboot more? But this one, nope, no doubt whatsoever. I don't I don't think the cast was as bright.
No, no, no. Casting worse, like even the writing, the wit, the pacing. But I have some very specific negatives to get into when we start getting into that stuff.
Literally
So
the only other positives I have are random bits and jokes. The mom saying jerking your chain. Can I say that to a woman? I thought that was hilarious. Um the I'm up, you're up kind of thing. I mean, I don't know. There were gags that I liked, but they didn't stand out really. So I'm kind of done with my positives.
I'll just say I do think for a remake, it pays homage well. It kept some of those good critical bits, like the sitting on the glass.
Right. But
You
then I'll
know
also
the
say they took that in the wrong direction as well.
in what way?
Where, well, kind of a negative. Instead of him actually being a conscious character, Harrison Ford just knocks him out.
Oh, sure, yeah,
That felt, I don't know, worse. That felt
yeah,
worse.
sleazier.
Yeah. It felt a
Yeah,
little conniving, really.
yeah. Let's hit it. Negatives.
Yeah, yep.
Harrison Ford's a sociopath in this one.
Also, oh, and I'm gonna clear this up. Part one, I kept saying Richard Gere, and I didn't actually know it was actually Greg Kinnear. So that's my bad. Retroactively apologize for that one. But yeah, also Harrison Ford just didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
He's
No, he wasn't
fine.
sexy or cool. He just seemed old.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, because in the original Humphrey Bogart's character, he was more open to things with her, and he was telling her about his suicide attempt, whether it's real or not, doesn't matter. But he was telling her about all these things, whereas Harrison Ford is just saying, "I'm lonely. I'm actually lonely. Oh, I'm actually emotional, but I'm lonely." Just there's nothing. I don't know. It's nothing got me. I didn't really care about his connection to Sabrina.
Yeah,
And
they just took totally away from like the development of their connection,
yeah,
and it just seemed like silly girl falls in love with any man that gives her attention
literally,
instead of
that's what
like
I
interesting couple bonds over like self sabotage and you know their own dark pasts.
right. Yeah, there's more to, latch on to. No suicide attempt, that's a negative.
Big negative.
No suicide attempt and then no reference to his suicide attempt, so it's almost a double, not double negative, but it's doubly negative, you
Yeah,
know?
2x.
Yeah, I don't know. And they also took away a lot of the wit. This movie was not as sharp, just period. Whether it was the original tennis court, that turned into the solarium scene, whether it was just kind of the flow of the movie, it just was not as sharp. And I don't know if that's really the direction or the screenplay. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe just a bit of both. It felt less consistent. I think that's my big problem.
Holy shit.
What?
I was gearing up my next negative and I wanted to learn more about that person. Uh, so I have two big negatives. One is a small but still worthy of bringing it up. Rosa, the maid.
Yeah, hold on. Can we give context to
Yeah,
that?
of course. Yeah. She just a sort of problematic character. I guess the casting was fine enough, but the execution lacked a lot.
I don't know
Just
what my biggest question, it's not that even personally, maybe a little skewed. I don't even know again, if I was so offended by it, by the actual character, I was offended by why it was in here.
Right. Like the help was all white except for her. And then
Yeah,
she was just some over the top Hispanic lady for no reason.
yeah, for no reason, and there weren't really that many funny scenes, just her
No,
kind of rambling
like,
on.
exactly. The comedy was that she's like clueless Hispanic lady, just divulging
Yeah.
too much.
And
It
again,
felt tropey.
yeah, it felt tropey, even though it might have been, one of the ones that popularized that. I don't know. I haven't watched enough comedies, I guess, or older comedies or rom-coms, whatever. Um, yeah, and it's just why? Why did you change any of the help scenes? There's a question of, oh, why'd you change this and that? And there might be arguments, but for me, the help scenes, it did nothing. It wasn't even that different. It just was less funny.
Totally.
So I
Uh,
don't know.
but that lady,
Yes.
this is a callback, a ding ding ding, if you will. She's the mom of Al Pacino in Scarface.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Isn't
That's
that
pretty
wild?
cool.
We had no idea we
Had
would tie
no
the movies
idea.
together like that.
Huh. And what? It's only been
Yeah.
a few weeks or a month, maybe a month and a half since we watched that one.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I had no idea. I just did not recognize her.
Yeah.
Now, we did recognize Paul Giamatti,
Correct. Yeah. Very
who
recognizable
was
son of a bitch.
not funny.
Were the lines supposed to be funny? Like I just thought he was just there. Like he just was trying to get work.
Yes. I think most of the lines in this movie were supposed to be funny.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. I mean, when Greg Kinnear's talking to Harrison Ford, because I can't remember character names.
David and Linus.
Yes, that's what I said. Uh, when he says, "No, she's a real woman," and Harrison Ford goes, "What? She's a transvestite." I'm thinking,
Yeah.
oh, you guys probably thought that would have been funny.
Right. That was hilarious.
It's even kind of woke in a way because he said she's a real woman and he said a transvestite. So it's kind of woke in a weird way.
Right.
It's just not
it's
funny.
reverse woke.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just not funny. So I don't know. I'd say that's a ton of the script was supposed to be funny.
So that was -1.
Oh, okay.
-2. The direction when
Mhm.
they did tracking shots, big picture overviews, no dialogue, it was pretty. They did it well.
Mhm.
All speaking shots pissed me off because they were those
Okay.
like one-offs. There were few over the shoulder, few two people in the camera at one
Oh,
time.
you're talking the
You could
switching
just
back
tell.
and forth.
Correct. So not
Yeah.
only is it rapid cut to back and forth, but it's like it's just lazy. It means like the actors had to do the lines like as many times as they wanted until they got the exact cut, and then they just stitched together a bullshit movie. Like it doesn't feel like a scene, and so it takes me out of the movie to be constantly cutting back and forth between different people speaking, like essentially to themselves, because no one else is ever on the screen at the same time.
Agreed. Actually, I mean, I don't really. So many movies do that. I didn't even put it as a negative, but I totally agree with it being one.
But I mean, relative to the movie we just watched, you know
You're
what I mean?
right.
Like its source, which did it fabulously well.
Mhm.
Like I feel like besides France for that one, now having watched this, like the only thing that this movie added that one didn't is like color. You know,
Yeah.
like I just don't like
Yeah.
black and white. You know,
That's a good way of putting it, honestly. I think that might be done. We're done with that. That's the review. All it does is add color. No, and I'll also, since we're just comparing directly to the original, and I don't know if it's actually the costumer's fault or just 90s fashion's fault, but how come nothing looked good? Does that make sense? Just nothing stood out with the costuming, even when she came back and she was super hot or whatever she's supposed to be. It didn't do it for
Parisian.
me. Yeah, even with that dress she wore to the dance, I was thinking that looks like an old lady dress.
Yeah, yeah. It did not look as nice as the first one.
Yeah, whereas, the 1954 version, I'm thinking, God damn, she's looking good. And this one, oh yeah, she It was good. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I feel like the only costuming that was done well was like their interpretation of like Vogue models and
Yeah.
like the Vogue photographer taking those
I
crazy shots of the people with shooting water and shit out of their hands.
yeah, the clear plastic. Yeah, that again, the France was actually really well done. And that's about it.
Like I'm gonna say it, this might have just been better as a TV show remake where they could have like played out a couple episodes in France, a couple episodes of her as the chauffeur's daughter, a couple episodes as her trying to swoon over David and then falling for Linus, you know?
I
Like an
could
eight
see that.
episode, bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I only have a couple more negatives. Do you have more?
Nope.
Okay, I have a couple more. I thought, as I already said, that it was less consistent in its quality. The ending just kind of dragged, and it quit being funny at a certain point.
Yeah, it was all rom, no com.
Yeah, there was this point, I don't know, the last 15 minutes or so, kind of hard to gauge off the top, but the last 15, maybe 20 minutes, it just was not funny, period. There's nothing going on. I don't even know if there were jokes. If there were, they didn't land. There weren't any gags, and it's just, okay, this is supposed to be a comedy, you know? It's not just a romantic movie, or maybe that's how they envisioned it, but it's not what it should have been. Uh, it just, I don't know, the ending just kind of dragged, and I guess it worked, but again, not even the last second or the last scene was as clever with the whole in the original you had the fake out where she, was looking for him and thought she was on the boat or thought he was on the boat and then he was actually behind her. This one is just she lands in Paris, he's there. Oh, okay, that's
Yep.
that's it. All right, thanks. Uh, yeah, it just got to a point where it wasn't funny, and also the way they tied up the ending with Greg Kinnear giving this weird story about how she actually wanted him, and then he takes over the company. I felt was so weird. They tried to fix something that really didn't bother me too much.
Correct.
you know, yeah, the original did end weird. I mean, that would have been a weird family life after that, but it wasn't this glaring problem. It didn't, you know, it wasn't a crazy detraction. Whereas
Right.
this, I was just more confused.
Right. If anything, it just makes both brothers like sociopaths
Yeah.
because now he's like totally committed to just doing the thing for the money and being the big shot. And who gives a shit about this lady and maybe this questionable love I had? I'm just marrying now for the money. Fuck it. I'll be Linus. And Linus is like,
Right.
maybe I'm in love now, despite manipulating this poor little girl for fucking 2 years.
Yeah. I mean,
None of it made
that's
any sense.
that's kind of what, yeah, and the idea that so David is gonna take over the company now, or at least, be in it more. That doesn't change his situation with his new wife. She fell in love with Playboy Fun David. Do you he changes his life completely and we're expected to just kind of think, okay, yep, she's gonna love that.
Yep.
And then the mom being in on it too. I don't know, man. Um that's
It
most
feels a
my
bit
yeah.
topsy turvy. Like, sure, you could call it character development, but it feels like very rushed, like very accelerated. There's almost no development, and then suddenly everyone's different.
Exactly. Yes, 100%. It was too, quick of a turn. Um I don't think I have other negatives, but I did write under my notes that you might really like this movie if your parents had the DVD growing up.
Right. Sure. Yeah. If this is all you could watch on a long car ride or,
Yeah, or
at
your
home.
mom watched it once a week or some shit. Yeah, you probably would enjoy this movie. But I didn't, or my parents didn't, so I don't know. There's nothing for me here. And
Yep.
I think that's all my negatives. I pretty much just put
Deboot.
it's of the time, but
Deboot.
hard deboot. Totally agree. This is for sure a deboot. Don't waste your time on this one. Watch the original, like we told you before even listening to this episode. Watch the original. All right.
All right. Some facts. Here we
Yep.
go. Obviously, Well, we do this sometimes. I'm just going to do it now, but we did make the prediction that they would make France better. I know we said it during our things, but that's basically where the runtime came in, I think, is just the extra France stuff and then a touch at the end, like with the ending dragging out.
Yeah, yeah. At least it didn't, I don't know. At least it didn't change everything completely. So I guess I have
Correct.
to give them that. But yeah, agree.
Mm, what do you think the budget on this should have been, and what do you think it was?
Well, the way you phrase that gives me a little. So I'm thinking it should have been
Correct.
20 to 25, but
Uh
it's
huh.
actually like 50.
Yeah, correct. Exactly. In the 90s, okay, a
Great.
1995 rom com,
Uh-huh.
50 to 58 million because they couldn't get a hard fact.
58 million for what?
E- Exactly. I think just the cast because it's a huge cast, but they got John Williams to score it. They got like on location in France. They got on location in Long Island.
Still, that's a lot of fucking that's a lot of dough for this. 58
Original
million.
song by Sting.
There was where was that?
I don't know. John Williams composed it, and it includes an original song performed by Sting,
Great.
which were
I
both nominated for Academy Awards.
did not notice that whatsoever. So good or bad.
Now, apparently, uh, what's his name? Harrison Ford and the director Sidney Pollack felt like uh, they weren't sort of casting Ford appropriately for his role for Linus, and he felt that this was one of the hardest movies in his career to shoot, even more than freaking Blade Runner, which obviously had like a shit ton of problems filming it. But that's just from the wiki fandom.
I
And
don't
apparently, Winona Ryder was supposed to be Sabrina. She turned
um
it down. And then Gwyneth Paltrow was supposed to be Sabrina, but got seven.
wow. Yeah, well good call on her. But I just feel I don't know, recasting Audrey Hepburn. That's a
Yeah, it's
tall
tough.
order.
Tough shoes to fill.
Because I mean, this woman she did the part. She's gorgeous, but at the same time, you
Yeah,
know,
you're not fucking Audrey Hepburn. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. She didn't even sing in French. Why'd they take that away?
Yeah, why did the whole La Vie en Rose thing was like one of the better parts of the old France,
Yeah,
and they just made it like the outro of the France,
yeah. They mentioned it once, and then that was it. Move on.
and it was sort of lightly playing in the background while she was talking. That was it.
Oh, we also did figure out Sabrina Fair
Yes, I
was
was
a
going to say that
poem.
too. I wasn't sure where to put that in, but yes, it was a poem, and then that made it into a play, and then the play into the first
I
movie, and then
knew
that
it.
first movie into the second movie.
I knew it had to be something that wasn't just
Well,
Sabrina
well,
Fair.
but the question is the play the source of that poem? Like the guy thought of the poem and thought, oh, that could be a good play.
No, I think the play's an old one, or the poem's a really old poem.
Did you fact check that?
No,
Well,
but it seemed implied because the dad was
oh, John
reading all these
Milton.
classic books.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
John Milton. Yep. There it is. That's 1600s right there. Can't make that up.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention we didn't even talk about how the dad was going to get married to the the woman.
Yeah, we didn't need to mention it actually, as a matter of fact.
I didn't even understand what she was.
The help,
Yeah, and
ambiguously.
but we got nothing from her, and then oh, now they're in love, and he's gonna get remarried, and then we're never gonna see any payoff.
Bro, she brought him tea. She was thinking about him.
Oh, so they should get married.
Yeah, dude. If you don't watch this whole movie, they had one date in fucking Long Island, and now they're gonna get married.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, okay, I get it. All right.
All right, last bit of factoids here.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Cruise was going to be David because he wanted to work with Harrison Ford, but it cost too much money to hire Tom Cruise.
You had 58 million. Jesus Christ.
Tom Cruise in 1995? Are you kidding me?
I'm
That's near
sure he
peak
was
Tom
hot,
Cruiseness.
but damn, you didn't have that. I mean, 58 million. How much did Harrison Ford cost? Jesus, like
Too much.
Christ.
Everything was too much. It's the 90s, baby.
It's so
Spend what you
weird.
want, make what you want. No, how much do you think it made back on that? 58.
I hope not a lot.
It did fine, like 1.5, 87.
Oh, yeah. Depends on the
But
Hollywood accounting.
yeah, but listen to the opening weekend, okay?
Mm-hmm.
5.6 mil because it opened next to Jumanji, Toy Story, Heat, and Father of the Bride 2.
Holy shit! What a weekend!
Yeah, that just sucks to be any other movie, honestly, because Jumanji and Toy Story, are you kidding me? And then for the adults, Heat. Oh, man.
What a weekend! That's stacked. Wait, then how did it end up making sort of money?
Just
Long legs?
I don't know. Yeah, long legs. I don't know. Isn't that
Wild.
crazy? Isn't that crazy?
I can't imagine.
53 mil domestic, 87 worldwide.
Jesus Christ. Damn. That's
Like, good on them, you know what I mean? Like, that's actually kind of impressive that they pulled those numbers out of their ass.
honestly, yeah. I mean, going up against Steve Martin and Father Bride, and then Robin Williams and Jumanji, and then fucking Pacino and De Niro and I mean, that's a tough sell to get anyone to choose this movie. So yeah, good on them, I guess.
Okay, you ready for some letterboxes?
Yup.
We'll hit you with the popular ones.
Always.
When Harrison Ford said, "Good girl," I became pregnant. 611 likes. Eesh.
Gross. Is Harrison Ford real? Okay.
Nope. Excuse me while I thirst over a 53-year-old Harrison Ford cycling around town on a sunny day wearing a sweater. Excuse me while I thirst over 53-year-old Harrison Ford in a tuxedo walking towards the camera holding a bottle of champagne and 2 glasses all in one hand.
And then he sexually assaults you.
Sabrina being the savior means that Linus was the virgin.
That was the joke, right?
Yep. Letterboxed.
Jesus Christ.
Doesn't that make your day better?
No, because usually they're funny.
If he didn't look old enough to be your dad, I'd be into it.
Okay. I sort of, yeah.
My Sophie's choice of will I name one of my daughters Sabrina or will I name one of my sons Linus?
Bad names. Terrible. Do not do that.
Yeah, do not do that.
Linus is an awful name because he'll never get away from the Charlie Brown shit. Ever. Is it Linus or Lionel?
Oh.
I don't know. Don't name your kid Linus.
That's all I got.
Wow. Okay.
You're welcome.
That usually they're kind of fun and they cap it off in a fun way, but that wasn't.
Yeah, that's depressing. They're just not good. I don't know what to tell you.
Those are fun or interesting, or they didn't have translation problems. Nothing. So
wait, here. Some of you will like the original better just because it happens to have been directed by Billy Wilder. Grow up, open your third eye, and admit that Harrison Ford is hot and Humphrey Bogart is not.
Yeah, I don't
make you feel better?
judge movies. I mean, it's funnier, but I don't think anyone should judge a movie whether an actor is hot or not. So, because if we want to play that game, Audrey Hepburn. You know? I mean, if we really want to play the hot or not game, Audrey Hepburn kind of destroys everyone in this movie.
Wait, this is funny. This is the first time I've seen someone leave a Letterboxd review and not even review the movie, just write a review. You know, like they didn't put the stars or that they liked or disliked it.
Okay.
The comment just reads, "She should have fucking shot him." And that's
damn. Okay, see, now that's funny. I like that.
Okay.
All right, well,
I
think that's it for episode 10 of Reboot or Deboot. Join us next time on episode 11, where we talk about the 1940 film Rebecca and its 2020 reboot. Until then, we're out of here.
They're the worst.